All right, we are live. Good to be here, guys. I hope you're feeling great. I have to continue emphasizing until it becomes a norm. I have to emphasize that the only solution is GoddessV, is vulva, because anything else is denying our humanity, denying the flower that of what we are. Like, we are, that's what we are as a human being. And anything else is trying to not be human. And if that's where we're gonna go, then why would we want to be human? Like, if women want to raise pets and men want to simp to the women and allow them to, like, women seem to go off on all these irrational things if they're not given a sense of that they have a man helping them to manage their life and protect them from the darknesses of the world. Like, why wouldn't a woman want her father to protect her from bad people? Like, why wouldn't she trust her father when her father says, don't wear revealing clothing, or, you know, you're only allowed to, you know? And that's the problem with the school itself, is the schools are mixed gender, so it's like, what do they expect people to do, right? What do they expect that people are going to do, right? So the goal is, guys, is to have a sustainable life where people have a family that has happy children, and then the children have a happy family in the future. Like, it's not, it has to be reduced to that simple survival aspect. And people might try to get in the way and say that, oh, there's exceptions. And yeah, there are exceptions, and people do have essentially freedoms to experiment, but most people are going to be heteronormative, heterosexual couples that have approximately 2 children, 2 kids, and then the cycle continues. And that's, so how do we sustain that cycle? Well, obviously, if it's not celebrating GoddessV, and it's instead celebrating women's breasts, men's PPS, women's wearing makeup, men buying all types of fancy stuff and competing aggressively with each other, and not respecting or trusting one another. Like, if you're gonna have all that, then it's not sustainable, because it's unfriendly. So, opportunity strikes. Opportunity strikes, people. I'm gonna hopping off the highway here, and here we go. Yeah, there's a big traffic jam on the highway. I'm fucking off. So, get the fuck out of here. Hey. So, oh, okay, so, where are we? So, how do we move forward on that? Well, yeah, how do we operate with the spirit of love is really what we're trying to do. So, it starts with men asking, do they want to trust and respect other women? Right? It's like, dreary, the fucking rain, man, dreary. Yeah, like I want to have a sense of trust and respect, and I'm actually about to make a TikTok on how GoddessV. I got to stop feeling badly about having abundance and wealth that I'm going to start. I'm inviting it. I'm inviting it into my life. I think the only mistake people make is is when they when they think that other things are more important than vulva. I need to find a way to invite people to ask themselves, at least experiment, is it worth a try? And this just really, it truly helps increase the levels of clarity, because when people think things like, is bigger better, they think things like, is more money better, or is the newest thing better, it leads to suffering, and it's a delusion. But we want to be in the realm of truth and love. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, truth and love. And you can't exist there if you're messing with people. Can't. You can't exist there if you're not fully committed to women and men and them also having love. You can't exist there if you're involved in premarital intimacy, because that leads to people acting like they want the orgasms more than perpetuating their values. Like, the reason for marriage is to have children or influence children in the future generations, or other people, influence them all to to incorporate your values, one of which is to perpetuate that cycle of raising up children to have strong relationships. So if that excites you, then again, I am preparing my I'm preparing myself to make this video. This video is going to explain how, the title of the video is actually going to be, let's see here, am I shooting this way? Yes, I am. It's going to be titled, Why is Bigger? No, is it? I'm see. It's a whole process. Like, you got to title it with a clickbait title. No, that's what I'm doing. People all live together. However they live, they exist in the world. Their family, but that should be based on living or having shared values. Like, people shouldn't be family. People shouldn't support each other beyond what they legally need to, and if possible, even before that. They shouldn't be supportive of someone who's not consistent with their values. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's like you gotta have the same. If you're gonna have someone living in your house and you're helping to feed them, you're responsible for their actions. You're helping to feed and house them. Right? You're helping to keep them alive, so are they keeping your values alive? And when you let people do whatever they want, and that's essentially what some people are trying to do on the left, not all of them, but they're trying to let people be free to, have to seek what it ends up being a conflict, because you're not doing what you actually should. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. But I want to say, I want to say thank you, and we'll see you soon. Check out Team Shieldheart at Team Shieldheart on TikTok. We got a lot of exciting stuff going on over there, and we'll see you there for that video. Why the title being "Why Bigger is Actually Not Better," and that it's. In fact, I'll give you a little preview of it right now. So so it's why bigger is not better, and then there's a question mark in it. And so, for example, when a woman says that she prefers a bigger PPS, then you know you want to make a point that intercourse is more about getting off, and it's about the people dominating each other energetically. And so, yes, there can be different degrees of pleasure. Need a fucking pen here, guys. I'm coming up with ideas, but and language, but need to be able to write it down. So just bear with me here. Bear with me. Thank you. Shit. Fuck. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So. Making each other sexually needy different, and then different degrees of pleasure, more or less depending on the size of a woman's VVS and the man's PPS. And depending on the dimensions. But that doesn't sound like love, do you? And it doesn't sound like. But does that? So, but does that sound like love? Question mark. And so then the reality is TTS size is better if it's smaller because less backache, more mobility, less distraction from the VVS flower. And then as far as man's PPS, it's like, and as far as man's PPS, the size matters only if trying to have multiple intimacy with many, but you can only have one wife. Only have one wife. And then the next question is pleasure, is peace more important than pleasure? Might as well do meth if want pleasure. So it's worshiping it's worshiping the dominance of men dominating women and women dominating men. It is worshiping the and that's of the whole of the sexual of the intercourse of intercourse. But that's obviously not what's going on when you have putting the goddess V first. And what that means is it means worshiping goddess V, displaying her, talking about, focusing on her, and oral intimacy a top priority. More than the man wanting intercourse or oral intimacy on him. Which is more feminine to receive. Okay, that's it. Thanks for checking with me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Aloha.